this is my assignment for week 3 in Intro to Python. For this assignment, we were just making a library manager, which basically let us choose out of a list of 4 options of what we wanted to do. Um, and then it would output whatever we asked. So this first file is the book file. It just defines the book class. And in here I put little notes above each thing. So this is the constructor, which is one of the things that we needed to demonstrate in this assignment. Sets up the new book. Sets up the new book with a title, author, and ISBN. Next is the string. So it returns a string version of the book title, author, and ISBN. And then the define get details, which returns a dictionary with the book details. Next is the library manager. So this is basically like what it uses to know what to do. Like here's my defining adding a book, um, listing books, or finding books. And these are the options that are in the file or in the main file, and I'll show that after. But in this, you can also see I added other notes. This for adding the book is ask the user for book info and add it to the library list. That's what this does. Um, for the second one, it lists books in the library, so prints out all the books in the library, and that's one of the options. And then the third option, other than to exit, is to find a book, which returns the first book where the title or author matches the query. And then this is the main one. This is where I can execute it. I imported the add book, list books, and find book from the library manager. And then also in the library manager, I imported the book class from the book file. But in the main one, it imports that. And then defining the main, basically just the main loop. I did it separately from the library manager because I felt like it was it was too long to have it all in one file. And it also made more sense to just have it in 3 separate files, one to execute it. But defining it, main loop that shows the menu and calls the correct functions. While true, so keep showing menu until user exits, and it consistently shows the menu. Then there's the first option, which is to add a book. Second option, list the books. Third option, search for a book, and then fourth option is to exit the program. If you don't put a valid number in, like outside of like 6 or 8 or whatever, that is anything that isn't 1 through 4, then it'll print please enter valid number, and then also an extra line. And I did that for each one too. And then finally down here is running the program only if the file is executed directly. So you have to call main.py. I'm going to run it this way just to show how it kind of works. So this is the menu. As you can see, it's printed right here. Same thing. And then you can choose an option. So I want to add a new book. And then I can enter the book title. Let's do For Whom the Bell Tolls. And the author, Ernest Hemingway. And then ISBN. And then gets added to the library. And then I can do list all books, and it should list, yep, there it is. The title, For Whom the Bell Tolls, author, Ernest Hemingway, and ISBN. What I found out is that this doesn't save, like if I exit the program, it doesn't save the previously added books into it. I think we had to have an extra file to save all of the ones that we list in there. I'm assuming we'll learn about that later on. But for now, you have to do it all in the same thing. And then I can also show We can choose option number 3, which is to find a book, and then we can search by title or author. So for whom the bell tolls, and it found the book. So book found, title, author, and ISBN. And then we can exit the program, and that terminates it. That is pretty much the entirety of it. There's also the README, and I'll put that in my GitHub. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.